As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Eluding the press, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, what we got? 50 to Mike. Triple 64. Hey, watch that.
Back to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 57 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Watch safety creep. You're mine. Safety creeping.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Second go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Foles. And the Raiders have got him. The big man P.J. Hall had the path to the QB there. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he's going to go down again. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 34. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Here we go. Wait.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. Welcome back now here in London. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Foles. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Now Foles. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 85 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. Extra point up and through. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
26 months. Here we go. 26 months. 26 months. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
26 months.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
7:34. 26 months. 26 months.
Carr now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now Thomas. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Under.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week. Now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up, but relentless. That's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying him. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, with a minute 2 on 3rd down, you're a little off balance.
That's complete to Meredith. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's back to throw. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
One down. 185.
Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Jacobs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the ball situated at the 9, second and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's now third and goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Chicago, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Save my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me When up in it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run.